In the small village of Ravenswood, nestled in the heart of the dense forest, there lived a young woman named Elizabeth. She was known for her beauty and kind heart, but also for her strange and eerie visions. One night, as she lay in bed, she had a vision of a dark figure standing at the foot of her bed, watching her with menacing eyes. She screamed and woke up in a cold sweat, but when she looked again, the figure was gone. The next morning, Elizabeth went to the village elder, a wise old woman, to tell her of her vision. The elder listened intently, then told Elizabeth that the figure she saw was the spirit of a man who had been wrongfully accused and hanged for witchcraft in the village many years ago. The elder warned Elizabeth that the spirit was seeking revenge and that she must leave Ravenswood immediately. But Elizabeth was stubborn and refused to leave her home and the people she loved. Days passed, and Elizabeth began to notice strange occurrences happening around her. Objects would move on their own, and she would hear strange noises in the night. She became increasingly afraid and knew that she had to take the elder's advice and leave Ravenswood. Elizabeth packed her belongings and set out on foot, leaving the village behind. As she walked through the forest, she heard the sound of footsteps following her. She quickened her pace, but the footsteps grew louder and closer. She turned to see the dark figure from her vision, standing just a few feet behind her. Elizabeth screamed and ran as fast as she could, but the figure was always just behind her. She stumbled and fell, and the figure was upon her. She closed her eyes and waited for the worst, but nothing happened. When she opened her eyes, the figure was gone. Elizabeth got up and continued to run, not stopping until she reached the next village. She told the villagers her story and they took her in, offering her a place to stay. But even in the safety of the new village, Elizabeth could not escape the spirit's wrath. She would see the figure in her dreams and wake up in the middle of the night, screaming. She knew that she could never truly be free from the spirit's wrath until she returned to Ravenswood and faced it. Elizabeth returned to Ravenswood, determined to put the spirit to rest. She went to the village elder and asked for her help in performing a ritual to banish the spirit. The elder agreed and they performed the ritual together. The ritual was a success and the spirit was finally at peace. Elizabeth returned to her normal life and the strange occurrences ceased. But she could never forget the terror she had experienced and the sacrifice she had made to banish the spirit and bring peace to Ravenswood. From that day on, the villagers of Ravenswood would tell the story of Elizabeth and the spirit, as a warning to all who would dare to wrongfully accuse and punish an innocent person, for the spirits of the wronged will always seek justice.